All right. First of all, this is Mr. Ortega. This is my first video, so if something sounds a little funny, don't laugh at me. All right. This is Unit 1B fractions. We're going over complex fractions, and the goal for this lesson is that you will be able to simplify problems involving complex fractions.
Click on the red screen. There you go.
Okay, here's some of the vocabulary. A reciprocal is the flip of any number, the product of a number, and its reciprocal is always 1. The following pairs of numbers are reciprocals: 8 and 1/8, 2/3 and 3/2, -5/9 and -9/5. So if we were to take 2/3 and multiply it by 3/2, you're going to get 6/6, which equals 1, which is the reciprocal. So you multiply each pair together and see what you get as a product. Remember, a fraction bar indicates division, so a fraction is really just a division problem. Complex fractions, the definition: a fraction in which the numerator and or denominator are fractions. We never want to leave final answers as complex fractions. So we simplify them by dividing, since the fraction bar tells us to divide. Here is an example. You have 1/3 divided by or over 4/9, and this fraction bar here is letting us know that we are going to divide this. So what this is really saying is 1/3 divided by 4/9. So we can rewrite the problem using the division symbol. As you can see here, 1/3 divided by 4/9. To divide fractions, remember to change the division symbol to multiplication and turn the second fraction into its reciprocal. So we're going to start with 1/3, and then we're going to multiply by 9/4, or 9/4. And we're going to get, and actually we can cross cancel here, the 3 and the 9. So 3 can go into 9 3 times. So we have 3 left over the 9 and 1 of the 3, and then we simply multiply across. So we're going to have 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 4 is 4, and our answer is 3/4. Now we're going to move on to some examples. So the first one is -4/7 divided by 12/49, or 12/49. So the first thing we're going to do is we can rewrite this as a division problem, as a more simple version of a division problem. So we have -4/7 divided by 12/49. Now we can use our rules here. We're going to multiply that by flipping it. So we're going to have 49 over 12. So first we can cross cancel here. So the 7 and the 49, we're left with 1 and 7. And the same thing with the 4 and the 12, we're left with 1 and 3. And then we multiply across, and remember we have a negative in front of this, the first fraction, so you're going to have equals a -7/3. That's for the first one. And then we'll move over to the second one. So you have -3/8 to start. And we're going to multiply that by -32 over 9. And same thing, you can cross cancel. So 8 and 32 becomes 1 and 4. And then the 3 into the 9 becomes 1 and 3. And remember, you have a negative sign in front of both. So that will give you 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. And since they were both negative, that will make the answer positive. And your final answer is 4/3 of that line. you say anything about the on your own and all that. So here are a few for examples for you guys to do on your own. So I want you to work through these and then pause the video, or I'm sorry, pause the video, work through the problems, and then come back and you can watch me solve them. And that way you can kind of see how I did it. Okay, so what I did first is I took the negative 11/15ths, and then we know to multiply by the reciprocal, so that would be multiplying it by negative 45 over 22. You can cross cancel, so the 15 actually can go into 45 3 times, so you have 3 here, 1 here, and then 11 goes into 22 2 times, so you have 2 here and 1 here. Multiply across, so you're going to have 1 times 3, which is 3, 1 times 2, which is 2. Since they were both negative, your answer will actually be a positive 3/2. For the second one, we have 8/27ths, and we're going to multiply that by the reciprocal, which would be negative 18/5. You can cross cancel the 27 and 18. 9 goes into both of them. So 9 goes into 27, you're left with 3. And 9 goes into 18, you're left with 2. And so you multiply across. So you're going to have 8 times 2, or 8 times a negative 2, which will give you negative 16, and 3 times 5, which will give you 15. And so your answer is negative 16/15. Okay, and then for the challenge problem, we're going to work through this together. So you're going to think of your division sign here as kind of like parentheses, and so that'll keep you thinking about order of operations. So you should really, you need to do the 1/6 plus 1/4 first before you can divide by the 2/3. So first thing we need to do is figure out a common denominator, and I'm going to go with 12. And so we're going to multiply the 6 by 2, and the 4 by 3. And so we'll have 2 and 3. So that gives you 5/12 divided by 2/3, multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 3/2. And you can cross cancel 1 and 4. And so you're left with 5. Multiply across, you have 5/8. And there's your answer, 5/8.